Hello, I am going to take a topic about an algae. This algae was first described by Antonio van Leeuwenhoek. That is Antonio van Leeuwenhoek in 1700 BC. Okay. He stated this Antonio van Leeuwenhoek stated that these algae, and also he was the founder of the algae, and he first described the living cell that is in the pond water. Before that, Robert Brown was a great scientist who first described about the bacteria. That is, he observed it on the cork of a tree. That is not a matter. Robert who first described a simple microscope. This microscope was further developed by Antonio van Leeuwenhoek in 1700 BC, and he observed in the water of the pond. He observed and named it as an algae, and also he named it as cell. The cell means cellular. That means a little drop. Next, we can study who described this algae. The Per Osborn, that is P-E-H-R, Per Osborn. But in 1757 BC. That is exactly 57 years after he described about the algae. He was a great phycologist. The phycology was the scientific study of the algae, and these phycology are also known as the algology. The algae are also called as seaweeds. These algae are also called as seaweeds. Okay. Next, these algae lives in the moist places such as rock crevices. See, you consider these as rocks. You might have seen these rocks in the coastal areas to prevent the wave from us. Now see here, these algae grows in the between of the rocks like this, and also these algae grows on the rock also. These algae grow on the rocks, and it breaks down the rocks into two pieces. That it comes in the geography as the creation of the soil. This is done by the algae. This algae only settles on the rocks, and also it is seen in the water bodies such as lakes, rivers, ponds, and even in the seas, ocean, seashores, and also in the between of the oceans. These algae are in green in color, which are seen in the lakes, rivers, and ponds. You might have seen a temple. After the temple, and also beside the temple, a pond can be seen. These ponds contains a greenish layer. If the pond is clean, that's not a matter. If the pond is not clean, you might have seen a green bedsheet-like structure which covers the water. These are nothing but the algae. You must don't need to bother about it. It does not do anything to you. Next, the size of the algae varies from the 1 micron meter. That is 1 micron meter to several meters. Okay, this varies from 1 micron meters to several meters. Next, these algae reproduce mainly through budding, fragmentation, and also by binary fusion, and also by some sexual means. Next, we can study about the types of the algae. These types of the algae are classified into 5 types according to their pigments. according to their pigments. The first is red algae. The second is green algae. The third is blue-green algae. And the fourth is brown algae. And the last but not least is golden brown algae. These are the types of the algae. So these red algae, green algae and blue algae and also brown algae, golden brown algae. These also they varies according to their functions also. Next, we can study about the beneficial and harmfulness of the algae. These algae are most beneficial to us than the harmfulness. These algae mostly beneficial to us, but sometimes it is harmful to us. That is, in some cases only harmful to us. First, we can study about the beneficial algae. First, it is used as a fertilizer. You might have seen the fertilizers which are put on the farms. You might have also used that fertilizers. These fertilizers are made up of an algae because algae breaks down a simple substance into one nitrogen source, which means it is the excellent source of the fertilizers. Next, the blue-green algae such as nostoc and anabenna converts the atmospheric nitrogen into the fertilizer nitrogen. So we can put the nostoc and anabenna into our field. Thus, it produces more nitrogen to our soil and also it is beneficial to the crops. Next, we can see about the food for fish, aquatic organisms. These some algae are used as a food for aquatic organisms. These also used for the food for fish and some other aquatic organisms such as tortoise and some other more organisms are there. So these red algae, brown algae, blue-green algae, green algae and golden brown algae, these are also used as a food. The red algae is used for the food for fish, which is red in color. Okay. Next, we can study about the food for humans. Before that, do you know that when the food is produced, simultaneously a fuel is produced like coal, petroleum, diesel and also some petroleum products. Next, in some countries, the some algae are used as a food for humans. That is, you might have seen in Japan, Russia, America, Australia, and some other foreign countries. Okay. Next, we can study about the industrial uses of the algae. These algae are used mostly in the industries only. Agar you might have eaten the jellies and puddings, and also you might have used the daily cosmetics in our day-to-day life. That is the powders, lipsticks and also some other materials. These are made up of this agar material, that is an algae. These agar are first seen in the agar plates, which is then converted into the like jellies and puddings and also some cosmetic forms. Okay. Next, we can study about the algae. Algae is a type of algae which is brown in color and also it is a seaweed. Then these algae are used for lowering the cholesterol and used to make the medicines, and you might have eaten an ice cream which is very tasty. These are also made up of these algae. Next, we can study about the diatoms. The diatoms are the very important algae which are rich in source of silica. These algae are used for making glasses, porcelain dishes, which we have been studied in the experiments of chemistry. Then also these are used for making some other materials. You might have used the scratch cards or seen the scratch cards. These scratch cards of the phone are made by these diatoms. And also, if you remove the scratch cards of the phone, the upper layer of the phone are also made up of the diatoms, which is rich in silica. Okay. Next, we can study about the fodder of our animals. The fodder for animals are it is used as a fodder for sheep and cattle and some other animals. Next, the harmful algae. Eutrophication. The eutrophication or hypertrophication is a very important process which it is harmful to the both aquatic organisms and also to us. This eutrophication refers to the overuse of fertilizers on the lands which leads to the fed-up of fertilizers into the rivers and it leads to the and it joins to the seas and oceans. These seas and oceans you might have seen in the source. These in source that greenish layers are called as this algae. This is due to the eutrophication. This eutrophication leads to the deficiency of oxygen and sunlight. You consider this as the water. Consider this as the water, and this as the algal layer. This is the algal layer, and this is the oxygen, and this as the violet as the sunlight. Violet as the sunlight. Okay, this oxygen and sunlight cannot enter because this stops this sunlight and oxygen here itself. Thus, it does not allow it to inside to pass through it. Then here in aquatic also some plants are living like this. Consider this as a plants. Consider this as a plants. Okay, and next, these plants you are also producing food with the help of the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis refers to the process of converting the own food materials with the help of the sunlight, carbon dioxide, and also with the help of the water. Here, so there is water present abundantly. Then also carbon dioxide comes. Then also the carbon dioxide also cannot enter into the water. Then this sunlight cannot enter into the water because it is a mat-like structure. So it cannot allow the sunlight to pass through it. Okay, you can leave this aquatic. You can leave this aquatic plants. Now take the aquatic animals. Take the aquatic animals. Okay, these are some fishes and some tortoise and some other animals. Okay, these respires through the process by which we respire. These respires and releases intakes oxygen or O2 and releases CO2. Okay, if it continuously respires like this, it releases carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide also cannot go outside. It forms a layer like this. This also makes the toxins for the aquatic animals like fish, tortoise, crocodile, etc. Then this oxygen also cannot come, so these animals dies. These algae are also this is the most important beneficial of the algae. What it does means you have recently heard about the ozone hole of the Antarctica. These algae grows rapidly and reproduce rapidly on the water. Before this, most important point is of the algae is these algae absorb the most carbon dioxide into its and release oxygen like some other plants. Okay, next these algae are also you might have recently heard about the Antarctica hole of the ozone. This is caused by the overuse of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. If it releases the oxygen, this oxygen combines with another one oxygen atom and forms the O3, that is the ozone. Then it is used for the constructing the ozone layer. Next, these algae makes the toxins to the fishes and some other aquatic organisms. Okay, next, what it leads to us. We can study about this. The oscillatoria. The oscillatoria is a type of algae which is also present on the upper layer of the water. It makes the water unfit for drinking. If you consume that water, it leads to the death. Okay, next.
3.
Okay friends, the lesson is over. You subscribe this channel and click the bell icon which is present beside the subscriber button. Then click the like button and share to your friends. Thank you.